Hey friends, it's essentially Jessi. Welcome back. So glad that you are here. Today I'm talking about 10 safe blind buys that are designer. So if you're new to fragrance or you're just starting your collection or you're trying to buy a gift for someone, these are all gonna be safe fragrances. I'll go through each one of them. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe for all the fun fragrance content. I love interacting with you guys in the comment section below, so drop me your scent of the day. Let me know if you have any ideas on safe blind buy worthy fragrances that are designer. Now designer means that it's a brand like Chanel, where they make handbags and belts and sunglasses and clothes, and they also make fragrances. So that's designer, which is what we're talking about today. Niche is going to be more expensive. I've already done a top 10 niche video. I will link that below. But niche is where it's just a company that only focuses on fragrance. So usually the fragrance quality is higher. Sometimes they go in some interesting directions with their fragrances. The designer fragrances that I'm going to show you just in general tend to be more crowd pleasing, more understandable. And so I wanted to give you guys 10 options for safe blind buying. If you are doing any blind buying, I've got to quit blind buying. But I love it. It's so fun. It's kind of like Christmas when you blind buy, so you're like, oh, okay, it says it has roses and caramel in it, it must be good, and then you smell it and sometimes you love it and sometimes you don't. But these are what I would consider safe blind buys that anyone would like. We're starting off probably with the most like quasi-polarizing one, and that's Dior Poison Girl. So this is the EDP, the Eau de Parfum. So the Eau de Parfum is going to be a stronger concentration of smell than like the eau de toilette. Sometimes they add notes or they take notes out. So sometimes the EDT and the EDP will not smell exactly the same. Like they're not just necessarily a stronger version of the eau de toilette version. So the eau de parfum in this is really good. It is pretty sweet. It is pretty youthful. I do get a little bit of that like Play-Doh-y fragrance in it, but it's fun, it's cute. I love the bottle. I think I picked this up on one of the discount websites, but you can get this at a pretty decent price. And it's just so cute. I don't know, it's just an easy reach. Like if you want to feel feminine, I mean, it's even called Poison Girl. So if you want to feel feminine, but you're not sure what to like put on that day, then it's a safe blind buy. It's an easy, you know, dumb reach. Like you don't have to think about it. You just pick it up, spray it and go. And it does last pretty long. So I'm really impressed with the longevity on this one as a designer fragrance. One of my all-time favorites is Mon Guerlain. This is the Eau de Parfum as well. There's an EDT, there's an intense version. I still always go back to Mon Guerlain, the original Eau de Parfum. And this is the one that has the gold around the cap. I think that Eau de Parfum, no, the Eau de Toilette's like silver, and then the intense is like a dark, kind of the same color as the juice, like maroony color. I think maroony is a word. I wore this out. This is probably my third bottle of this. I wore this as like one of 3 perfumes that I had for years. I loved it. Anyway, as you can see, what I'm loving has changed, and I've added a lot more perfumes to my collection, but I still keep going back to that. I'm like, if you don't have Mon Guerlain in your collection, you are missing out. I will say that it smells a little bit similar to Flower Bomb, so if you're into Flower Bomb, you might want to check this one out. The Eau de Parfum, it lasts, it has great projection, but the Eau de Toilette the performance is not good, so make sure that you're getting the Eau de Parfum concentration of it. I will forever love this fragrance, and it will forever be a good safe blind buy. This is Angel Au Croisier. This is the Eau de Toilette. This is the 2019. This is the one, it's like green, blue, and pink ombre. My only problem with this is that it doesn't stand up, it lays down flat. I have a full review. It was one of my very first YouTube videos. So if you want to know more about Angel Au Croisier by Mugler, I don't even think I said the name of it yet. Check that out. It's pretty comical. I mean, it's not comical, but like, anyway, you know, as you do more, you hopefully get better at perfecting your craft. But this is just fruity, easy reach. It's beautiful. I love the packaging. I'm never crazy about the Mugler atomizers, but other than that, it's a great fragrance. It's very like tropical, summery. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Next up, I have La Vie Belle Soleil Crystal. This is their like summery, more beachy fragrance. These are gorgeous bottles. This is kind of the iridescent bottle. These are gorgeous bottles. These are easy, safe blind buys for anyone. This one is a little bit more tropical as well. But it's so good. It's beautiful. It's beautiful packaging. And it's definitely a safe blind buy for everyone. The performance and longevity on this are okay. I will say the Angel Au Croisier, I keep going back like more sprays. It just seems to not have the best longevity. The last Angel Au Croisier that they came out with, I bought it and I think I sold it. It was in the reddish, it was just a lot of berries, and I'm not super crazy about berry fragrances. So anyway, I picked that up, but I really like this one, and as far as I know, it's still on their website, and I think it's on sale. So Angel Au Croisier 2019 or 2020. I'll figure it out. And then the Lancôme Soleil Crystal La Vie Belle Soleil Crystal. Beautiful, easy, safe blind buys. The good thing is most of these you can go smell at any time in a big box retailer because they're designer perfumes. This one might be a little harder to find sometimes. This is Prada. This is Infusion De Rose, and it's beautiful. It's, you know, I don't know. I'm having a rose moment. I'm having a rose moment. I'm wanting to get back into my vanilla moment, but I keep wearing rose. My friend Chelsea had this. We did some videos together that were so fun. She brought like her top 10 of all time and top 10 vanillas. Anyway, it was so fun to go through those with her. This is one that she had, and when I smelled it, I thought I need that. So Prada Infusion De Rose is just such a beautiful rose. It might be a little bit on the more mature side. Like I would say, you know, Delina La Rose or Maison Princess Kirkjohn's L'Eau à la Rose are probably a little bit more youthful, especially Delina La Rose. It's very youthful because I feel like it's sweet and fizzy. This one is, I'm not going to say like it's not your grandmother's rose. Like it's not grandma's fragrance. But to me, it's more mature, like I'm going to work or whatever. And it wouldn't necessarily reach for this on a date. But it's a safe blind buy. It's Prada, for goodness sakes. It's so cute. Like anybody would love receiving that. Get your hands on it. Okay, top 5 designer safe blind buys. Okay, I am going in with Black Opium. This is the intense version. I mean, I like Black Opium, the original, and I have a full battle between the original Black Opium and then this one. And I'll try to remember to link that below as well. But this one is just, it's intense, and I like intense. The original Black Opium does not last very long on me, so I prefer the intense version. It's a great fragrance. This is a great date night fragrance. It's a great fragrance. I mean, you can wear it to work. It's not like overwhelming or anything like that. It's not that intense. I wish kind of that it was more intense, but I like intense fragrances. What can I say? So Black Opium by YSL is a safe blind buy. It's kind of got that coffee, chocolate, gourmand vibe to it. It's not floral. It's not anything. I mean, you can tell by the packaging. It's going to be like a kind of darker, richer fragrance. So good. Okay. Next up, I have been wearing this a lot. This is Kayali Eden Juicy Apple 01. I love this fragrance. I mean, I went back and forth between putting her Vanille Coco or this one on this list, and the Vanille Coco just doesn't last as long on me. This Juicy Apple definitely lasts longer than the Vanille Coco, and I love them. I love them both. It would just be such, it's a beautiful bottle. The packaging is to die for. All of her bottles, this is made by the company that makes Huda Beauty. All of their packaging is to die for as far as their fragrances go. Honestly, I don't know that I have a whole lot of their makeup products, but they just did such a good job on this. Like, I love the apple. It does smell like a juicy apple. It makes me feel very feminine. It's definitely a safe blind buy unless you hate apples. I mean, who doesn't want to smell like fruity? But it's not so fruity that it makes you feel like you're 12, you know. It's but it's not a mature fragrance either. I mean, I would say that anybody any age could wear that fragrance, and it's one of my favorites. So top 3. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we're going with Armani C Fiore. This is a floral fragrance. Some people say they smell marshmallows. It is sweet. It is beautiful. It is not overpowering. If I had an office job, I might wear this to work every single day. It's just that good. It is so beautiful. So C Fiore is one of my favorite fragrances that I've picked up this year. Probably should do like a favorites from this year so far since we're halfway through. But I love C Fiore. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's so easy to wear. Anyone would love it. Any age. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So that's Giorgio Armani C Fiore. And it has been discontinued, so you'll have to look for it on like discount websites and things like that. Go ahead and get the big bottle because you're going to want the big bottle. I wish that I had gotten the larger size. But it's gorgeous. I love it. I wore it a couple weeks ago. It's beautiful. Okay, next up, Dolce Gabbana, The Only One, Intense. I honestly haven't worn this lately because I think I'm running out. And, oh, it's just so good. Okay, just buy that fragrance. It's coconut, which is really interesting because my number 1 is too. Having a coconut vibe. It's coconut, it lasts, it's so, so, so good. It's easy to wear. Anyone would love it. If you don't have it in your collection, you need it in your collection. I kind of feel that way about all of these. Like, that's why I chose them, because they're so safe. Anyway, but this one is like almost a little bit sensual. I don't know. I'm loving and have been loving this. I've had this for probably a year and a half or 2, but you can't see through the bottle. It's not translucent. It's opaque. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to wear it because I don't want to run out. But then I'm like, just wear it if you want to wear it, and then buy another bottle later. I think you can find that on some of the discount websites as well. I haven't looked. That's my original bottle, and I bought it from like a big box retailer. Okay, number 1. It's really funny that I put these two together. Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So the packaging is kind of similar, and they're both coconut, except technically the Soleil Blanc has Coco de Mer, which is kind of like a cousin to the coconut. But this is so pretty. Like, and when you think Tom Ford, this is the most expensive fragrance on this list. If you want this but can't afford it, then go get The Only One by Dolce Gabbana. Intense. The original Only One by Dolce Gabbana has juice that's kind of more this color, and it's translucent. The packaging is, and they smell completely different. Like, sometimes flankers smell kind of similar to their original fragrance, and then sometimes you're like, how did they go from this to that? I do not know. Anyway, so I'm not sure on this one, but I love it. And I love the original too. I just don't love it as much as I love the Intense. Okay, Tom Ford Soleil Blanc is gorgeous. It is such a pretty fragrance, and I don't know, I don't want to live my life without it. And forever I was stuck on Tom Ford White Suede. Like, I wore and wore and wore that stuff. And then I found Soleil Blanc. I smelled it. They didn't have it here at my like local Tom Ford counter. So I actually picked this up when we went to Miami. But it's a gorgeous fragrance, great packaging. These are all safe blind buys. I will say that these two are pretty like warmed up coconut heavy. So if you're not a coconut fan, then stay away from these two. But for the most part, like, oh, they're just so good. They're just so good. They're just so good. Anyway, what are your favorite, like, have you bought anything and thought, wow, I'm so glad that I blind bought that? And have you bought anything that you're like, oh, I should not have blind bought this? Put that in the comment section below. Let me know if there are any that I need to add to my safe blind buys list. I could probably make a top 50 of safe blind buys, honestly, in designer, because they're just so much more pleasing to everyone. Pleasant to everyone, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, click that notification bell. I have a ton of fragrance related content here on my channel, and I love all things perfume. Thanks so much for watching. Smell you later.